DC-DC converter, and here we discuss about the DC-DC boost converter. So let us draw the diagram for the boost converter. So usually when we give a applied voltage, let us keep the inductor in series. The reason of inductor in series that our objective is to boost the input voltage, and the input voltage, let the name be VD, and here the switch is connected in parallel. Apart from it, a diode is there so that it can block the reverse voltage and only the forward current will be there towards the load. And then we have a capacitor so that the voltage ripple can be as minimum as possible in series, in parallel with the load. Now the input current is obviously ID, and the current through the inductor is obviously IL. We can mention in the capital letter, but if the input voltage is a perfect DC, so we can write in capital letter, else we can write in small v also, because it depends that if the input voltage is from the battery, so we have the VD value is constant, then this is the capital letter, we can write in average value, and the current may be a constant line, maybe a straight line, or maybe a unidirectional current. So therefore we need to write it like I of D. Similarly, in the output we have got I of 0, and the voltage across the output is V of 0. So the average value is V0 and the current is I0. The average value of the current in the output is named as 0 as a nomenclature, and the input is D as a nomenclature. And let the voltage across the inductor is VL, with the positive terminal as mentioned over here is plus and minus. So when the switch is on, we will get a different circuit over here. So the two cases we will get, let us draw here. When the switch S is on and when the switch S is off. So let us draw the circuit. So here is a circuit. So when it is on, it is like a short circuit over here, and we get a VD and VL in series. And here when it is off, so your VD and VL and diode with capacitor resistor will be connected as shown in the figure, this second figure. So here the assumption is that, let us say the voltage V0 is constant and the current is, it can be unidirectional rather than as a straight line. So if the voltage is V0 is assumed to be constant and the load is resistive, so this I0 will obviously equals to capital I0. Now if we take a volt-second relationship of the inductor, because let the switch is on for a certain time and off for a certain time. So here switch is on for a certain time and then off, and it is periodic. So the pulses are periodic. It is periodic from 0 to Ts. Ts is the switching time, and it is on for a certain time, that is T times of Ts. So it has an on interval and it has an off interval, and this is the pulse given to the switch. The switch can be of IGBT or it can be MOSFET. Preferably this is a MOSFET if the switching frequency is very high, and the off time is 1 minus D times of Ts. So if we equate the volt-second relationship, that the energy stored in the inductor during the on time must be released during the off time, else this will go on increase, and this will leads to unstable condition. So the energy stored in the inductor during a complete cycle must be, net energy stored must be of 0. So whatever the energy stored during the positive cycle during the on time must be equal to the during the off time, so that the net energy stored will be 0. So for the during the on time, if we apply the KVL in this circuit, what we can get is that VL is equal to L di by dt, which is equals to, when you apply the KVL, is equal to VD. So from here we can write that I is equals to VD by L integration of d of t, or I of t is equals to Vd by L integration of dt, or we can write here, this can be written as integration from integration d of t, d of I from certain value. We can write integrate both the sides, and from time t is equal to 0 plus to certain time t, and this is also from t is equal to 0 plus to certain time t. So we can evaluate this, that the current is I of t, which is equal to Vd by L, integration will be t obviously, and on the left hand side it will be limit at t equals to 0, at time t it will be value. So we can rewrite this as I of t at certain time minus I of 0 plus is equal to Vd by L into t, and which can be written as I of t is equal to Vd by L into t plus I of 0 plus. So whatever the initial value of the current, that may be the value. So I let it be like I of 0 plus. So we get a current equation during the on time like this. Let us say this is the equation 1 and the last one is equation 2. Now next is for the off time we will evaluate. For the off time, what we can see is that this equation will be Vd is equals to, let us take a KVL minus plus. So if we equate the KVL in this circuit, so it will be like this, minus of Vd plus VL plus V0 is equal to 0. So from here we can write that VL is equal to L di by dt is equals to, this will go this side, Vd minus V0, and we can again get a relation by integrating, and we can write now I of t minus of I of 0 is equals to, here this will be Vd minus V0 by L times of t. Again we can write I of t is equals to Vd minus V0 by L times of t plus I of 0 plus. So we get two equations, one during the off time, one during the on time. So these two equations we got here. Let us write this is equation 3 and this is equation 4. Now from equation 2 and equation 4 we can also add to it that this can be given as the equation with t1 as a time. Let us say this is a time as t1 and this time may be given as time t2. So if we write in t1, so this will be I of t1, and here we can give that I of t2 with mentioning over t2. So from equation 2 and 4 we can write by substituting the value at time dts, when t1 is equal to, at the end of the t1 time, that is the time dts. So if the current is rising from 0 some value I1 to some value I2. Let us say the current is rising from some value here I1 to some value I2, and it is in continuous conduction mode. So we can write here initial value as I1 and final value as I2 for the equation 2, to getting equation 5. And also we can get equation 4, the initial value is I2 and the final value is, initial value is I2 and the final value is I1. So we can also take I1 is equal to 0 if we are taking this as a discontinuous conduction or just continuous conduction. So even if we substitute the value of I2 over here from equation 5, substitute the value of I2, so what ultimately we are going to get here, so we can write from equation 5 and 6. So what we get from equation 5 and 6 is this, that I1 is equals to Vd minus V0 by L 1 minus d times of Ts. I2 value we substitute here, Vd by L d times of Ts plus I1. This I1 cancel out. Let us solve. By solving this equation, we get here, this is equal to 0 is equal to I1 cancels, so other terms is written as it is. And here this constant term we can take aside and the remaining term we can multiply is equal to 0. So we can just simply write that this term may be multiplied with Ts by L and other term is equal to 0. So from that we can get the internal term is equal to 0. So Vd 1 minus d and Vd d. So it will be Vd minus V0 1 minus d. So here we get the value. So what is the conclusion out of it is that V0 is equal to Vd by 1 minus d. So we can simply say in one line from the figure directly that using the volt second relationship. So we can write that if we use a volt second relationship in the inductor, so if the voltage and the current is whatever the voltage during the on time Vd, for the time it is on is d, whatever the voltage during the off time, that is Vd minus V0, for the time is 1 minus d times of Ts. If we just add up here also dTs and here 1 minus dTs, if we add up the volt and second, so volt second relationship we follow, so then also we can get equal to 0. Here we just elaborated with the two equation and finally we get that V0 is equal to Vd by 1 minus d. So what we observe here, what is our observation is that we are input side is the Vd, Id is the input voltage and the output side is the V0, I0. Anyway, if it is lossless boost converter, so these two must be equal. So if the V0 is equals to Vd by 1 minus d, so we can have a relation now here. So instead of Vd I can write instead of Vd we can write here V0 1 minus d times of Id is equal to V0 I0. So here V0 V0 let cancel out. So I can write here another relation that I0 is equal to 1 minus d times of Id. So what we observe here is that it is a boost converter, the voltage, output voltage is boost up. So output voltage is boost up, but at the same time the output current is bucked, output current is decreased. So that is to be keep in mind that we are increasing the output voltage and indirectly we can say we are decreasing the output voltage, output current, sorry, we are decreasing the output current, that is the current buck converter. So if a current is there in the circuit and we want to decrease the output current, so always there is a bypass to be done so that this output current I0 will be lesser than the input current ID. So that is the logic behind this, the DC-DC buck converter. So in the next video, we will have the boundary condition, and we will see that if this current I1 here is equal to 0 and it is just continuous conduction mode, or it is just discontinuous. So usually not called just discontinuous, rather it is called just continuous when current I1 is 0 at the end of this time period, that is at Ts, the current I1 is 0. So it is starting from 0 and ending at 0. At the boundary condition, what is the value of C and what is the value of L, that we will discuss in the next video.